would your next step, because we know you've been doing your solo show, which is so amazing as well.
Yes.
But would your next step, like, do you have a show that you are obsessed with that you want to bite into, or are you kind of like, oh, I'd be in the mood to do like a new, like a show that doesn't even exist yet, or both?
Yeah, I think right now I have such a creative energy. And so that's, I'm working on my show, Everything I Know, which is going to be at Carnegie Hall.
That's so major.
The music and lyrics and the songbook of Lin-Manuel Miranda. And
Wow.
yeah, and it's so exciting. And so I've just been putting all of my energy into that. Dick Scanlon is written the script for this show and directing it, and then my musical director Dan Lipton is doing all of the arrangements. But it's going to be here in New York, and I'm just it's the place where I absolutely dreamed that I would play. It's my favorite album is Judy Garland live at Carnegie Hall.
Correct.
And double album, and Eliza at Carnegie Hall, and so it's just all of these greats that I get to be. I get to be a part of that history too, so I'm excited.
When you were talking about how there's like writing with it too, is it going to be like is it singing and acting, all these things? Like what goes into it?
Yes, I think it's more storytelling.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I have Lin-Manuel's blessing for everything, and his team, and so I really get to tell the story. I get to tell all of these stories through music, stories about Lin-Manuel, stories about myself, and how we intertwine. And we've been friends for over 20 years. So all of the music that he's written, I get to kind of play with, which is so exciting. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Lin-Manuel,
Yeah.
I saw you in The Heights years ago. I think
Oh my God, you must have been a baby.
Was it 2009 or 2010? What
Yes,
year was this?
I guess 2008. I think we opened.
Okay, yeah, and I went because I'm not the most well versed.
Are you from New York?
No, I'm from
Oh, okay.
I'm from North Carolina, and it shows a lot.
I'm like, wow.
The reason I went to In the Heights was because I'm a massive Britney Spears fan, and
Okay.
she had this documentary
Oh
called
my God, with
Yes.
Seth Stewart. Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
So this documentary, For the Record, came out, and in part of it, she goes to see In the Heights because she went with her choreographer, Andre
Yes.
Fuentes, to get inspiration for the upcoming circus tour. This was when she was in her
Oh, wow.
sort of comeback era to
I
kind
didn't
of
realize that.
to get inspired. But there is this photo
Yes.
featuring you, Britney, Lin-Manuel. What do you remember about Britney's visit to In the Heights?
Okay, I remember so much about people that came to
Yeah.
see the show. And when Britney Spears, I'm also a fan and I love her. I'm always rooting for her. And when I'm like getting so personal, I'm gonna cross my legs. But when she came to the show, we had like no time after the show. Oh my God, I really made it into the picture.
We're looking at the
Like
photo
Chris
right now.
Jackson, Olga. Oh my God, that's so funny. But I mean, she's so beautiful. And
yes.
it was so exciting that she came to the show.
Yeah.
Because we really were it was that little show that could,
Yeah.
like nobody really knew what we were going to do. And we were just so excited to just be there.
Yeah.
And so we had no time after the show to like get ready for pictures or anything like that because all of the celebrities would just go automatically to Lin-Manuel's room. And he was on the other side and we were on one side and you have to climb stairs,
Yeah.
He was like, you don't have to climb stairs. It was like, the nice dressing room. Like maybe he had like one flight, He had Joel Gray's old dressing room and it had a bunk bed and it was just like super cute. Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio also came to the show.
Britney Spears and Leo?
Not that night, but it was like I almost died.
I was gonna say, and you're like, and I can't freshen up at all.
Exactly.
For Leo.
So I was really the person on my floor. So it was me, Karen Olivo, KO, and then Chris Jackson. We were all on the same floor. And so it was like after the show, I was like, Britney's here, like get ready. And KO was like, oh, I don't know, like I don't want to go downstairs. I'm like, you better come downstairs because we have to get pictures. And so then everybody, like, I literally feel like I was the one that got everybody
you were
to
the
come
Britney
down.
head.
Yeah, because I was like,
You were the
move
Britney
it.
cheerleader.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
move it. And so we all, we got changed, I guess, and then we went over and we met Britney Spears, and she couldn't have been nicer and just so lovely and shy.
Now,
And, we were like,
It's
just,
Britney,
I'm sorry
yeah.
to be like,
Right, yeah, no, it's
Do they
exciting.
tell you like, hey, by the way,
Yeah, how does
Britney
that
Spears
work?
is in the crowd tonight, or do you just find out after when you're like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio's in my dressing room?
oh no, we find out afterwards. And Leo,
Probably for the
that is,
best.
I call him Leo, but that was like the funniest story because Lin-Manuel did not tell me until the bows. And I was, I am. I mean, a huge Leonardo DiCaprio fan. Like his posters were on my wall, Basketball Diaries, like all that stuff. And he told me, and then I think I slapped his like arm, and I said, "Shut up!" And I just like all of a sudden like froze. Like
You're like Elaine Bennis. Shut up.
yeah, I was like, "Shut up!" And he was like, "Oh my god!" And he could not stop laughing. I bowed, and then I didn't even go upstairs to get the rest of my cast. After the main bow, I ran directly to Lin-Manuel's room, and I think
This was your moment.
yes, and his wife was in the room, and I like threw them like the camera, like I had a camera, and I was like, you know, because you had to have digital
Yeah,
cameras at that time.
yes.
And I said, I don't think I even put Lin-Manuel in the picture, and I was like, take the picture, and then it's just me and Leonardo DiCaprio,
Wow.
and I look like I'm
Obsessed.
15 years old, and his girlfriend at the time is like behind me, just like laughing hysterically.
Oh my God.
But it was like things like that.
You
where
were
you're
like really working on instinct there.
Yes.
Like you were like,
Oh, absolutely.
sorry, Lynn.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, take the pic. Like he's like my brother.